Good evening and salutations, my Date of a Lives fans. Um, this was like the worst episode I think I've ever seen. I was so angry, annoyed, and just befuddled. I don't know if that's the word, but I'm going to use it anyway. With just the acidine decisions that was made in this episode. Ugh. Whoever decided to get Susan's annoying ass sister on the show and have us sit through that for pretty much 40 something minutes deserves to be fired. Okay? They deserve to be fired, replaced. I don't care. I guess this was supposed to be their attempt at humor, and I guess some people must have found that funny. But her little judgment ass comments. Here's the thing. I know it's supposed to be a fantasy, right? You're not supposed to sit there and take it that seriously. But I found this so incredibly difficult to not fast forward past all her scenes. I'm not just saying that EJ is the best or the nicest person or whatever, but she kept just going at him over and over and over. What are you doing? You're sitting there chasing girls and Bible quote this and Bible quote that. And like after a while, I was like, God damn it. And when he invited her to stay. I was like, okay, cool. So we're gonna be sitting there dealing with this blip, because that's what I'm gonna sit there and call these scenes. I'm gonna call these scenes a blip. I'm gonna call these scenes a blip because I know there's gonna be better episodes, and unfortunately, we're gonna have to sit through scenes with her. I really hope that they're paying this woman a lot of money. If anything good comes from this, is that I hope that they're actually paying her more money to do this crap. Um, the scene with Stefan and Shen was also just incredibly stupid. Like, what are you, a hall monitor or something? You're sitting there questioning Shen about his sister using a private jet because what? You couldn't go on your little merry-go-round with your girlfriend, with your annoying ass girlfriend. That's what he's sitting there doing. He's just questioning him and questioning him like, oh, so I looked at the log records and I noticed that they were hacked and this, that, and the third. I'm just like, where are you going with this? Where is this going? And just FYI, I did not wake up on the wrong side of the bed. This was just an annoying ass episode. Going through this scene, this sequence of events, it was like, Stefan, are you going somewhere with this? Like, seriously, are you going somewhere with this? Also, are you his boss? I understand that he's the mayor and the company's the mayor and blah 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 blah. But unless you're his boss, unless he's answering to you, and I can't believe he actually sat there and listened to you give him the riot act eventually about his sister taking the company jet. Okay, cool. She took the company jet. What are you gonna do about it? Because the last time I checked, he was also number two and you're number three. And granted, when he did sit there and say, yeah, Johnny wants to sit there and impress Wendy and their thing and this, that, and third, it's like, why do you even actually have to sit there and sit through that? Just be like, yeah, okay, she took the jet, and what? What are you going to do about it? I don't give a damn if your name is on the door. You're not in charge. EJ's in charge, and I'm in charge. And technically, I'm in charge of you. Oh, that was such a stupid scene. Allie came in, seeing those two hug, Chanel and Johnny, and had that look on her face like, I'm getting jealous again. I'm a 12-year-old little girl. Here we go again. But it didn't actually go that way, so I'm very happy. Of course, Allie's sitting there talking about how Sloan is making everyone's life miserable and boo-hoo, and Chanel, you're going to get through this, and just having two enablers sitting there tell Chanel, oh, everything's going to be better, and I'm like, we talked about this yesterday. And I understand that Chanel did not mean to push this woman. I understand that there was a power dynamic and, she was somewhat young and impressionable. Yes, she knew it was wrong, but, it was what it was. So I'm not sitting there blaming her for that. Him drinking himself into a stupor was on him. Her mother falling to her death was on her. But at some point, you didn't take any accountability, any responsibility towards what happened. You just had your mom just sign off on a bunch of papers, throw some money at them, and just party it up in Paris or London, or wherever the hell you were actually at. And then that was it. So I don't want to sit there and hear the two Wonder Twins that they're talking about, oh, it's going to be okay, this, that, and the third, and just, no. But at some point, you got to sit there and pay for your actions. No matter, I don't care. She wasn't that young. She was legal age, like Sloan said. Now, this is another scene that just was like, and you know what? I can't. I actually had to sit there and, in some ways, defend Nicole. Erickson there telling Sloan about, oh, she's the one that made this woman give up our baby or whatever. It's like, no, 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 no. That's not what happened. Jada chose to do that. Okay, she didn't put a gun to her head and said, let's go to the clinic and you take care of this now. It's like, no, that didn't happen. And the fact that just that they gossiping around telling people that that's what she did was like, bro, how old are you? I get it, he's angry, he's hurt and everything like that, but this is definitely not the way to go about it, you know? And also when she left, um, after she told, like, hey, EJ's the one that did that, he got you out of jail. Technically, he didn't get her out of jail. Sloan got her out of jail. If we're going to be really honest about that. But there was one point where he found that Nicole was living with EJ. He was like, oh, when you accept it, like, where else was she supposed to go? Like, seriously, where else was Nicole and her daughter were supposed to go? Hmm? You offering a room over there at whatever, above the pub or whatever, you offering a room? You gonna give up your room? No? Then shut the hell up then. And then after that, they sat there and went through like the longest. After I was like, can y'all two just separate instead of drawing this out? I can't believe it was an extra 10 minutes tapped onto this episode just for little stupid scenes like that. God, that was so stupid. Wendy and her flip flopping when Gabby was like, "Oh, I want you to be my maid of honor," or whatever, and I get it. She's guilt ridden and stuff like that because Gabby was like, "Oh, well, my sister was named Ariana. I don't know what happened to her. I gotta sit there and look that up." But she was like, I need somebody that I can trust and have a good feeling about you. So the guilt just started attacking on. So she sat there, and we sat there for another 5 to 7 minutes to just sit there, listen to her go back and forth. Oh, I don't know if I want to do it. Don't you have other friends? Are you just going to sit there and say yes or no? Can we just cut to that point? Will you just say yes or no? You already agreed that you were going to keep your mouth shut, right? Why are we doing this for? This is so dumb. Don't get me wrong. Out of the 4 shows, Date of Our Lives definitely brings it. Okay? It's definitely my favorite out of the 4 shows. Especially GH, unfortunately. But it was scenes like this that just was so stupid. Um, oh, and Stefan was not there giving Wendy and Johnny the right at, oh, I know what you did. You took the company jet. It's going to be the last trip you ever make, and nothing gets past me. What are you, the dean now? Like, my goodness, why? Just why? What was the point of even going through all that? Of you sitting there being like, oh, this is the last time you're going to sit there and do something like that. Bro, you're rich. Just get another jet. Or, I don't know, fly first class. You could have did that as well. But instead, you was like, oh, no jet. I guess that's that. You know damn well you could have went there the next morning and took her first class instead of going on a company jet. You could have just took her first class and just did that and still do your meetings and stuff. This was just so Stupid. Oh yeah, and Ava Smith there lurking around because um why not? I think it would make it a little bit better if we saw some sort of bullet scar or something. Maybe it just would have made me feel a little bit better. But yeah, she's sitting there lurking around AJ's house like a creep. So anyway, I feel like that's pretty much about it. At first I wasn't even too sure if I should even have done a review, but I start to realize sometimes that I'm not just gonna sit there and point out some of the nice stuff that goes on in these shows. Don't get me wrong, if it's a really great, amazing show, I'm gonna sit there and talk about it. I'm gonna praise it up. Like Why Not Yesterday with Jack and Phyllis was literally the highlight of that episode. Oh my god. It was amazing. And you can see the look on my face. We're just talking about it. But this episode was just dog. I can tell you right now. Watch my review. Watch Linda's review. Watch Andre's app's review. Watch I mean, if you want to watch this while you're doing your laundry, your taxes, or whatever, that's cool. But I'm just telling you right now, personally, for me, now you might actually like this episode and if you did, please tell me why. And I'm not gonna judge you. But for me, it didn't work. And not only just did it not work, it just clearly it put me in a bad mood. Because I was not in a bad mood when I woke up. But this POS of an episode. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe, and I'll see you in the next video.